Hello and welcome back to episode 30 of Death Stranding. I'm Vic and you're watching yet another Let's Play channel. And we have made it safely back to the distribution center with our human cargo, which, it just occurred to me, means that we are actually human traffickers. So, congratulations on joining that FBI watch list. Let's go ahead and drop this feller off and find out what tasty reward we're going to get. So I heard something about a prototype, didn't you? I don't know why we didn't start seeing that sooner. That's really fun. Buddy bot.
You did good, Sam. Thanks to you, that porter's still breathing. We've also managed to complete a working prototype for a new type of autonomous delivery bot. Feel free to fabricate one for yourself. Be advised, however, that you can only have a single unit active in a given region.
Truck long range. Chemicals. Ah, more stuff for me to hoard. Great. Okay, we'll fabricate a buddy bot. We're not going to mess... Ambulatory robots that operate within the chiral network. They have a number of different modes, including follow mode, in which they follow Sam around, and deliver mode, in which they automatically deliver cargo to its destination. You can switch between modes at any time by selecting the BuddyBot's icon on your cufflinks map. I don't really want to mess with that right now. 2 additional battery units have been installed, extending the vehicle's range, can carry large amounts of cargo. Battery will drain very quickly when the truck is in the water. So there's a long-range version of the reverse trike that gives up cargo capacity, but this doesn't say anything about giving up cargo capacity. So I don't really want to mess with either of those things right now. What I do want to do is let Sam have a nap so that we can repair the bike. And then we will get back on the road. And we will finally head into the mountains and find out what that's all about. I don't think we really need to mess with any of this stuff. Took care of... Oh no, another ruined ladder. Took care of all of Sam's needs last time we rested. Those gloves are in kind of rough shape, aren't they? I don't think we've seen this one yet.
I've got a present for you, Lisa. Cliff, you shouldn't have.
So this guy's name is Cliff.
What could it be?
But he was introduced to us as combat veteran when we met him in person.
It's a beanie. Lovely.
I believe that's called a toque. And I hope it's made of wool.
What about you, little one? Would you like me to open it? Oh, what do we have here? What do we have here? A spaceman.
Oh, is that BB's
Give
charm?
my buddy his present too. Won't be needing this anymore. I'm done fighting. You're all that matters to me now, so I'm gonna stay right here with you.
Well, you know what happens when people say that.
My friend will know what to do with this one. Well, Merry Christmas. Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas.
All right, then. So let's see about taking on that order at long last. Building materials to the way station north of Mountain Knot City. Charles Kahn. Kahn! There are probably a whole lot of people who only know of that as a meme, which is fine. Do people actually use ceramics as building materials? It seems to me that they have some limitations as building materials.
Use of weapons is prohibited.
I would like to tie down my cargo, please.
Use of weapons is prohibited.
Don't be rude. You remember what I was saying earlier about
Pleasant journey.
packing cargoes? This is a great example. Like, I should put those gold containers down at the bottom.
Stranger, all right?
Stranger than what?
Use of weapons.
There we go. That seems to be a little buggy for some reason. Off we go. I'm definitely going to have to check out the anti-BT guns against a big guy. It's definitely nice to carry more damage in a smaller package. And I don't know, it might turn out to mean that I don't even care about all of those grenade pouches that I made. But if that turns out to be the case, I think I'll survive. Maybe I can swap him for some stun grenades or something. So let's see. This, I think, we haven't seen very much of yet. Well, you haven't seen very much of. Which means we haven't seen it. I've seen it. By myself. But this is over in the area where I've been farming. Because this is where I found the big boy. You can see his strands there. And I built a nice little timefall shelter here. And you know what's cool about the timefall shelters is they've got a container repair spray built in. So every time you drive up, it just repairs your containers for you. So I think if there are going to be routes like this one that frequently cross BT territory, and I wind up driving them a lot, I'm going to build timefall shelters at both ends of the timefall region so that I can just get a quick little repair for free as I go. And I have not killed any BTs in that area except for the big boy, so can't test if there's been any respawning there. Oh yeah, remember that thing that I said I found? Look at that. They're friggin' tar jellyfish. What's interesting about those guys, we can't see it right now because the time is falling, but they trigger the Odra deck whether there's timefall or not. They're always there, and they always trigger it. So I don't know what to make of that. And yeah, it's right up there. Okay. We need to go up this way, I think. I'm wondering if these dark areas used to be underwater. I don't think that makes sense because we drove past those ruins. And that's where the big BT hangs out. And they're in the dark place. So it's not like they were in the ocean. Ooh, look at that. There's some big chiralium there. 3 hands. Nice. Given.
That's a big one.
Yes, it is. Maybe they were afflicted by some flooding or something. Maybe there was a big tar flood during the event of the Death Stranding, which then subsided. And it stained the ground, although the tar doesn't stain the ground other places. So, I don't know. But it is an interesting detail. Maybe it's a place that the tar is going to spread. Maybe it's the boundary of the tar arena. That might make the most sense, actually.
Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
I was about to say this reminds me of the way station in the eastern area, but of course it does. It's another way station. There you go. I brought you building materials.
Delivering cargo.
Oh, you must be Sam Bridges. That one-man expedition team? We may be cut off up here, but word still travels. We've heard all about the Great Deliverer, the BT Buster, the terrorist, stopper. I'm still working on that last one. Well, I'm just stoked to meet you, man. So, what you got for us?
You know,
Oh, incredible.
goodies.
This will be a huge help. Thanks. You're not going to even recognize the way station when we're through.
Neat. Hey, could I have some of those armor plates? I actually needed those recently. Almost 3 stars. What is it with almost 3 stars lately? Do you see that, Sam? He's got like a gold-plated ladder. What's up with that? When do I get gold-plated ladders?
All right. All we need now is to get jacked into the network. Am I right?
Oh, you're gonna get so jacked. There we go. Interesting path. I don't know about that. Hey, he did give me armor plates. Oh, and I can wear gold ones. Non-lethal assault rifle. How very interesting.
Man, it sure feels good to be part of the UCA for real. We've been literally marooned on an island for way too long. I can't wait to reconnect with everyone at HQ. Patching up this place is going to take some work, but I'm feeling revved up and ready to go like never before. We won't let our country down. Thanks, Sam. And good luck out there. Not that you need it. You're going to hit the West Coast before you know it.
Good work, Sam. Next, you need to extend the network to the distro center north of the city. Now would be a damn good time to do it, too, as they just sent out an SOS call. Info's still coming in, but it looks like there's been an accident, and we've got injured in need of assistance. Check the delivery terminal for details.
Good work. New order available.
Yeah,
Please
great.
access delivery.
Medical supplies to the new place. Got it. blood delivery. 40-minute time limit.
That's armor for your shoulders and legs. The downside is that you won't be able to carry cargo on top of it. You'll have to weigh the pros and cons.
Yes, and so I shall. But let's go ahead and wear armor, shall we? 22 pounds of armor plates.
Remember, Sam, when the clock's ticking, speed is what matters most of all. Review your gear and bring only what you need to make it to your destination as fast as possible.
Thanks. Looking pretty blinged out. I like it.
Order assigned. Delivery parameters updated. Time limit set.
Off we go. Now where are we going? I said, where are we going? We are going over there. So we can take the road up here to the incinerator. And then this is the mule camp that I've spotted but not been through yet. So we're just gonna blast through there. And then there are probably going to be BTs out there somewhere. So let's go find them. I'm all disorientated. Here we go.
Gotta get moving.
Restrictions lifted.
And because I tied down my cargo in advance, it remains tied down. I'm not sure that you can tie it down when it fits within the walls of the trailer like that. Those mules are going to be in for a rude awakening when I blast through their camp. Although, well, it's not going to be that blasty. Since I'm not going to be on the road, I'm not going to use the motorcycle mode. They literally picked like the furthest possible place on this map to put this incinerator. Like they're really worried about the chiralium spikes that happen when you burn dead people. But interestingly, there are no BTs here right now. And here we go into the new frontier. It seems like there ought to be some auto pavers up here, but I couldn't find them. Like you'd think that the road would go right through here and then down through this valley. But no, it does not. Here we go. We're just gonna take these guys by surprise. You know what? I am gonna use the boost a little bit. They're shooting at me. What the hell? I need to conserve my battery because I have no idea what's ahead of me. Keep moving, please. See, there's a paver. What the hell? Where does it connect to? What does it connect to? Keep moving, Sam. It's got to connect to something.
Sam, we're thinking you ran afoul of a local terrorist cell. Former mules who took a turn for the worse. Stealing cargo doesn't do it for them anymore. Mayhem and destruction are their drugs.
Cool story. So, look, it... Where does it go? It's got... Maybe it goes through this region. That would make sense, and then it would avoid the shooty mules. Alright, well that's something to keep in mind for the next time skip. So we got another one over here. I guess Die Hardman is not going to finish his story about how mules fail to feed their addiction and so they start shooting people. I wonder if all the mules are armed now. That is a very real possibility, I think. On the one hand, I'm pretty annoyed that the road actually does go over here. On the other, I think it might have cheapened the experience if I had actually built this road all the way out before taking on these quests. So, we'll just call it a wash. And we made it here, plenty of time. It only took us 4.5 minutes to get all the way over here. Oh, tell me I'll be able to build those or use them. I want to drive one of those. I don't know why. That's got to be like a mobile construction vehicle or something. Hello, everybody. I bring deliverance.
Team should have no trouble patching him up now. You're a lifesaver. I can't believe how fast you were. Hey, watch yourself out there. Be ashamed to lose someone with your skills.
Well, I did get shot several times. Damn right it's an S rank.
It was an attack. Someone slipped explosives into a parcel we processed. Separatist assholes think this land is theirs for the taking. They may be right. Any one of us could have handled that package. Fuck me. We have to be more careful. Beef up our security. At least we didn't lose anyone this time. Thank you, Sam. Really. I hear the chiral network is coming along. You think the signal's strong enough to reach us here? I hope so. Give it a try, huh?
Probably. There we go. Now I just gotta get the roads over here.
Sam, with the help of the chiral network, we've recovered experimental data which should provide a boost to our ongoing research and development initiatives. As a matter of fact, we've already made one breakthrough that can be applied to our weapons programs. Hematic rounds. Anti-BT ammunition that utilizes the unique properties of your own blood. However, it's important to remember that with each shot fired, you'll be expending a small quantity of your own blood. And depending on the situation, you may be better off switching back to conventional ammo. Further details can be found in the list of equipment available for fabrication.
Level 2 rifles. Nice. Looks like they have a scope now.
Oh, that's great. We've been starving for info. And if we run into any more trouble, we can get the word out sooner. I can't thank you enough.
All right, Sam. There aren't any more stops to make before Mountain Knot City. But this last leg will be the hardest yet. Rest up at the private room and check your gear before you set out.
What's going to be so tough about making it to Mountain Knot City? I really like the gold and blue motif that I've got going here. I'm not normally a fan of being so shiny, but I'll take it. That's like the dolls we saw at the last place. She's smiling. Why is she smiling?
Amelie!
Higgs and his people came. They finally reached Edgenaught City. There's no escape for me now. Everyone's dead, the city's destroyed, and what's left is crawling with BTs. They're everywhere.
Where's your Kipu?
But I was able to sneak away and reach out to you. This might be our last chance to talk like this. I just wanted you to know that I'm safe. For now. Promise me you'll keep building the chiral network. It's our only hope for the future. It's my only hope for freedom. And when you've finished, we can go back east together.
Amelie, your Kipu, where is it?
Sam, I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
That's not how holograms normally end, is it? What's going on with Amelie? Why can't I interact with things? There we go. Look at that rack all full of stuff.
How you doing, baby?
Alright, well, let's have a look at this next objective and see how rough it's going to be.
Back off. Back off!
So much for not needing the revolver, huh?
I'm doing this.
I guess they didn't know how bad it is to drop bodies.
Hey Sam, I have some new info you should hear. Recently recovered thanks to your efforts to expand the chiral network. It concerns BBs. I dug this up on my own, just to be clear. No one ordered me to look. And if anyone asked, put it all on me. No need for you to deal with any blowback. You were just listening to me ramble on the wire, okay? Anyway, it looks like Bridges wasn't the first to bring back BB tech. It was a group of separatists. Terrorists opposed to UCA expansion, according to the records. They started using them about 3 years ago. Right around the time Bridges 1 was putting plans in place to head west. Seems these separatists were having trouble with BTs too, and figured that if they could track them, they might be able to steer them into our path. When Bridges caught wind of this, the decision was made to fight fire with fire, to start using BBs as a countermeasure. It's possible yours was commissioned for that very purpose, a fact I think someone may have tried to conceal, judging by the absence of BB-28's service record. I always found it strange that we were so willing to utilize technology we barely understood. Now we know why. We've been aping methods and techniques employed by others from the start. There's more you should know. It's about the original Bridge Baby experiments. Piecing together what little I could find, it looks like they started around the time of the Death Stranding. They were conducted on the island of Manhattan off the East Coast, which was completely and utterly obliterated by what was almost certainly a void out. Back then, these experiments had the full support and approval of the American government. It's all just guesswork, but I suspect the BB program was conceived to help gain a better understanding of the nature of the Death Stranding. However, due to ethical and safety concerns, public opinion was strongly against the program. Still, they pressed on, and in their desperation to make sense of the greatest disaster of their age, I think they caused another. I should also mention that the president himself was killed in the blast. It was after his death, when he was succeeded by then Vice President Strand, that the experiments were suspended by executive decree. Documents were shredded, facilities were decommissioned, and every effort was made to pretend that BBs had never even existed. Which begs the question how some random separatist group was capable of resurrecting the tech decades later. I'll let you know if I turn up anything enlightening.
Sam, check the delivery terminal and review the list of orders.
Well, we are actually over time for episode 30. So come back and see me again in episode 31, when we will review the delivery terminal and check the list of orders. Talk to you soon.